Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm, your, hey, we have content to talk about now, podcast for Final Fantasy XIV. This week is an easy topic, an easy show. Live Letter 70 just happened, giving us our most up-to-date preview of patch 6.1, and, well, you know, 'tis the season to do podcasts, because we're going to have plenty of shows over the next several weeks. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Happy, and of course, joining me, all too ready for, I guess, the college basketball, the quarterfinals,
the Final Four.
Final Four. Sly repping his team, the Dukes. How you doing, Sly?
I'm doing awesome.
You doing awesome? Yeah. Why?
Today's a good day.
Yeah.
Today's a good day.
Yeah.
It's nice outside. Did a little shopping earlier. Got some wings. Actually, had to drive 35 minutes down to Duke University just to get some swag. So I drove to Duke before the podcast to get some swag, and then of course had to get some wings and everything. Got some beer. Shout out to Voodoo Ranger for hooking brother up. I was like, yeah, can I get some beer for the game tomorrow? Like, fuck yeah. I got like a box of beer. So,
who's the quarterback for the Dukes? I listened, but pre-show. Today's pre-show. I learned it was basketball. Okay, it's okay.
So there you go. So yeah, State of Realm, sponsored by
Steelseries.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sponsored by Steelseries. Last month's giveaway, I have to pull the winner for. It did end, so we'll have a new giveaway under this one. But Steelseries is our sponsor. We have a discount code. We have a monthly giveaway for some gear when it's available, because they've had quite the backup over the past several months, ever since the new year, since the Christmas season. 'Tis the season to be jolly. 'Tis the season to get me a new keyboard. But be sure to enter the giveaway. Thank you to SteelSeries for sponsoring the show. And thank you to our sponsors over on Patreon. They don't get anything fancy, but they support the show, and we love them for it. And I guess that's what they get. Yeah, they get our love. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love.
Yep.
Yeah. And I guess us,
love you.
But nobody cares about that. That's not a prize, as far as we know.
Not really.
No.
Not really. No.
Sly, it feels so good to have 14 stuff to talk about again. So good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last week's show of VTuber and as Lucy put it, cringe was good fun, and it was a good whet the appetite for 14 again, and now we have 14 stuff again.
Yes, we do,
and I couldn't be happier. Pun not intended, but we're very welcome. Yeah. Sly, what's the first thing we normally do on a show that's about a live letter that's about a patch?
If and when we get a trailer, we watch that trailer.
Did we get a trailer, Sly?
Is the pig's ass pork? Does a bear shit in the woods?
What is a pork?
Does Pinocchio have wooden balls?
Is a pork's ass pig?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So funny thing, I actually haven't watched the English trailer yet, because I ran into so many technical issues this morning. I just never got around to it. So this is actually my first time watching the English trailer for this. And I'm looking forward to it, because the Japanese trailer was hype. I don't even know if I'm going to have the time to process the English trailer right now.
It was pretty hype, but a little choppy.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. The live letter kicked off, and it was like every video they played was like 6 frames per second. It was so weird.
It's been like that since the last live letter, when they showed the Yokohama.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that. But it seems to only be their Twitch feed too, so I don't know what the heck's going on. They need to figure this out. I want my reaction videos to be more than like PS2 era visuals, ideally.
You mean Twitch?
No, them. I don't know why the Twitch feed is messed up, but for once, maybe it's not Twitch. It's probably Twitch. All right. Yeah, it's probably Twitch. That's the one constant here. Anyway, we're going to spend about 3.5 minutes, watch the English version of the trailer. So if you haven't seen it yet, this will be the time to see it. And, well, then we got a live letter to talk about. So without further ado, let's get started.
so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors.
This map is the key to fabulous riches. But I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away.
This map may not be genuine.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them.
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library.
Witness the glory of the divine.
A gift of flame for our children.
So this is the spirit of man.
Come, mortals. Enter my realm, if you dare.
And we wiped. Back to
That was fast.
yeah, I know. Already wiping an ultimate. What the fuck?
Not even there yet. To be fair, it wouldn't be ultimate if that wasn't the case. So it is called Ultimate End. Yeah, the name of that attack is Ultimate End. Except that it's probably not the end. It's probably the beginning.
Pretty much.
Oh man, that trailer. Okay, so now that's my first time seeing the English trailer. Lot to unpack for me because I hadn't had time to process it before. Big takeaways. Trying to find a way to go to the other shards. That's no surprise from Y'shtola.
Yeah.
She already mentioned wanting to do that in the past. Even Emmett kind of hinted at it before. So if she wants to, she needs to go see. She needs to go see her boy.
Yeah.
He's waiting.
I know. We're waiting for that Runar Y'shtola marriage. We're waiting for them to make babies.
It's gonna be like Endgame, where she goes and she just never comes. She comes back as an old lady. She's just what you gonna tell us about it? No, I don't think I will.
I don't think I will. No.
Oh man, yeah. And she's like, I don't think I'm gonna find this in the library, and I'm like, yeah, you probably are. Yeah. It even looks like maybe there's a mild. Yeah, looks like there almost might be a mild degree of success. We do see Graha, and I actually already forgot if it was Y'shtola or somebody else walking off and disappearing over the middle of the ocean. Sorry, the middle. Actually, that's the lake in Lenosha, I think. But then the other takeaway is a lot of voice acting in the 24-man. A lot of it.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Very welcome.
I love it when they throw voice acting in places we don't have it. And we scarce get it in 24 Mans. I remember Stid,
pretty much all the bosses.
Understood.
Pretty much all the bosses.
All the bosses.
Yeah, and Orbone.
Evilise. Yeah.
Yeah, not all the bosses in Evilise, but in Orbone for sure. Yeah, and then we of course got Yasmat, everybody knows. Classic lines.
I am the Gamnon.
Oh my god. It's a long time. It's good to have back. I definitely miss it. I definitely prefer it. I would love the whole thing to be voice acted. You know, if I can just have the bosses. That's fine enough for me. Also just man, for what's supposed to be our I don't want to call it a respite after Endwalker. It doesn't look
like
like
how busy.
Yeah, we sure as hell busy.
Holy fuck.
I mean, we
treasure maps.
Yeah, we're literally going. I like Yoshi P was like, I wonder how much Estinian paid for that treasure map. We're like,
rip the fuck off.
Yeah. That's not probably a question we really want the answer to. But I mean, so it has kind of those casual elements at the beginning. Oh, it's quieter around here. I know you guys are busy, but you know, whatever. But then it reminds us we have Hildebrand, which I loved seeing they're making the 5.3 Heroes Gauntlet summoning canon to his story. Because he comes in during the final conflict right there. I love it. I hope we see an angle of him seeing us going through like Heroes Gauntlet. Like I hope it shows him hiding in the corner.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think he was like he wasn't hiding.
I mean, he wasn't on the main path. He was off to the side.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they'll show us in passing.
Yeah,
the Heroes Gauntlet. They'll give us some kind of flashback.
Yeah, but then also Omega, we get a quick glimpse of. We just see him and Alpha, and we also see the rest of the Ironworks present there. We get a quick look at the role quest line with Falchenaut taking the front line and looking like they're dealing with whatever the remaining blasphemy is, I'd assume, is going to be the case here. It looks like it's doing something with the Tower of Babel. I'm sorry, the Tower of... No, Tower of Babel. I was right. Yeah, I was right the first time.
Okay.
Because Zod is the small one. Yeah. That's the 81 dungeon. Yeah. It's packed. And not to mention the Lambs of Dalamud look like they're coming back to some capacity with the demon statues in Tamtara again, which was not expected. At least I didn't. I don't know if anyone else... I think Ethis had a quick discussion. He was curious about the Lambs of Dalamud and how they would respond to Endwalker, I remember. But that was before we knew what Endwalker really was, which was an adventure. Wow, that MSQ was amazing. That was a level 83 quest. Oh, man. The 12... getting to hear some of the divine comments. I'm still not 100% sure. So the Myths of the Realm is not something that affects the MSQ or it's like completely separate. But how the hell are you gonna kill the gods and somehow doesn't affect anything?
Are we really killing them though, or is it more?
That's my question. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're being tested.
I'm still. Again, oh man,
this is what our second time going up against Rhalgr.
No, we didn't actually go against him the first time. We stopped him from being summoned.
That's why I say quote unquote.
Yeah,
that's why I say quote unquote. But seeing what Nalthal, who else? I want to say Azima.
Yeah, so it looks like it's all the fire and lightning ones. So that's Naldthal, Rhalgr, Bayergot, and Azima.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. I saw Bayergot and I was like, oh my god. He's like he's like what I'd imagine. He looks like Hercules kind of, but like more in like robes.
I give him a Zeus's Zeus-ish type,
but like Disney Zeus, not like Disney Zeus, not like Zeus,
or a Disney Thor.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I don't know. Either way, I was definitely more thirsty to get into the 24-man after seeing the trailer than I was before. And it's because I think we debated whether or not we'd actually be fighting the 12 or we'd just be learning about the 12 a little bit.
And the answer is
both.
Yes.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
Yes.
Do you think we'll actually just fight all 12 of them will be the bosses for across the 3? I mean, 12 bosses, 12 like Nald and Thal is one boss. We already see them. So
three iterations of this, so more than likely.
Yeah, but do you think there'll be like a twist? Like, because I feel like if we just fight the 12, there's no twist to the story. Because what the point of this story is still kind of a question mark. Because just learning is not like
they said we're unraveling certain mysteries that we haven't unraveled yet, and like we were going the route of Silver Tear Lake and everything like that, but it's not there, not yet at least. And I mean, there still leaves room for speculation, maybe in the second iteration or third. But even that being the case, why would the 12? How would you fit the 12 into the Silver Tier narrative? Like,
I mean, it's just the centerpiece essentially of Ether, or it was, I should say. We don't really know if it is anymore. Yeah.
But when we think of Silver Tier, we think of MIDI. Like, that's what we think.
Well, I mean, like so the big thing with
MIDI,
though, the big thing with MIDI is that in the 1.0 cinematic, the original 1.0 cinematic, Midgardsormr crashes the Agrius into Silver Tear Lake, and that unleashes its ether, and that's what brings about, like, it basically starts to allow for primal summoning more aggressively. We see Ifrit and Titan and Leviathan, they all kind of escape from the crash at Silver Tier. So we know there's primal summonings before that. I mean, that's made apparent from even just the way the Garlean Empire is founded, in the first place. So the question is, are those events linked? And I don't know. I'm not even fully convinced these are the actual 12, because, correct me if I'm wrong, what are all of those floating, what look to be projectors all around? I'm getting a very Elpis feel from a lot of those. There's like these like floating, how would I describe them? They're like foci that are all over, and we see
like kind of reminiscent of like the like,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Ancients.
Yeah.
Ancient, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense. I mean, I have to imagine the 12 go back to something relating to the ancients anyway.
Yeah.
So, and I get a very
the concept.
Yeah, and I get a very Greek-esque feel from it as well. Imagine if these were just giant concepts of the 12, like those are just their foci of the 12.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And also the statue we see of Rhalgr is way too high off the ground. That's not the same statue that we actually see in Rhalgr's Reach. It's way higher off the ground. I mean, so I know that Rhalgr's Reach is technically shrunk. They always kind of do that with overworld maps. The same could be if you've seen the beginning of A9 Alexander, his actual scale and scope is full blown, and it's way bigger.
Yeah.
And that's possible, but I don't know. I'm suspicious this isn't just us going to locations. It has to all be brought together into a single raid. So I'm suspicious of what look to be potential creation foci around the arena, creating where we are, or it's like just something completely different. I'm just saying. I'm really on this tinfoil hat moment right here with with this being somehow tied to Elpis in some capacity.
I think a lot of people are, and I think a lot of people want that connection, seeing as how we just like unraveled so many years of like unknowns within Elpis, and to try to connect the dots to like new shit, like, well, I'm gonna say new shit, but like ongoing mythos that we've had to Elpis. I mean, it's an easy connection to make, but I feel like it's a red herring, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to wait too much longer. This will be right at 0.1, so, April 12th will roll around. We'll hop in, we'll get all the story element related stuff right out the way.
Yep.
The special site is up and has like an extra sentence or two about it. Graha appears to be involved, which probably the NPC who was trying to hide during the live letter, I'd have to imagine. I thought it kind of looked like Graha, but I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, we saw like a little bit from afar. I think we got like a little peek.
Yeah.
From afar, and I don't think it looked like Graha. It looked like somebody completely new. So
I thought it looked like Graha. I thought it kind of did. It looked like the coat he was rocking in the trailer a little bit. It's just it was so far away I couldn't say, oh look, that's obviously Graha. It was more like, is that? Could that be? Possibly. And the answer is a solid maybe.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
But my question is who? Well, Evilise was pretty easy to kind of figure out who they're going to tie to Evilise. Since we're dealing with a
Evilise.
14. Yeah. Like when I'm saying like that is like you kind of figured that you would maybe see Ramza. You would maybe see.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of easy to kind of like maybe like kind of come to terms with what was about to be presented to you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's uncharted territory, but it's
I think that's kind of the theme of the patch, Sly. I think it's Newfound Adventure is quite literally uncharted territory.
Adventures. But my question is like, who would they tie to this? Would they go off nostalgia and try to tie someone from a past FF to this? Which I highly doubt they would. Yeah.
I think Graha, it makes the most sense that he's kind of, it says that he's, kind of a part of this. Because he is at this point kind of the all-keeper of like knowledge, given the amount of years he's been around and years he's been alive. I mean, realistically, it's a few hundred, overall. I mean, he was locked away asleep for like a portion of the 200 years, and then he's been awake for over 100. Plus, before that, he was a scion, so it's not like this is, again, unfamiliar territory to him. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm either way, I'm excited. I definitely want to get into more. We also see bits and pieces of a few other things. The dungeon looks to be some sort of just treasure dungeon that we're going to. Some Final Fantasy XI references in there with the bosses and the enemies, minus the last one. The other ones are, what was the name of it? It's not Assault. It's not that. I should know because I had to do so much of it to get my mythic weapon in Final Fantasy XI. I should really, really know I know what it is, but like the name is escaping me for the reference to Final Fantasy. Salvage. There it is. Yeah, Salvage is the appearance is very reminiscent. The underwater appearance in particular, the enemy types other than the final boss are present inside of there, and the like glowy thing. So yeah, I couldn't help but just Alzadal as a whole, Alzadal Undersea Ruins, not just Salvage, I should say. Yeah, it is the Alzadal Undersea Ruins as a whole. Ugh, I don't want to do that. Which, you know what, Undersea Ruins, that sounds like fun for a new adventure. We were even told about them. Oh yeah, I wonder if these are the ruins Emmett mentioned. The treasure dungeon. Because didn't he mention underwater like treasure dungeon?
When?
And when he was when he was spoiling the rest of the plot we haven't seen. Back in at the end of Endwalker. Yeah, the ruins beneath the bounty. Yeah, the ruins beneath the bounty. His exact term. Yeah, this could be the ruins beneath the bounty.
God, that is a hell of a setup. Holy shit.
I mean, he said everything. He's like, Mericidia, other shards. What do we see? We have a fucking kangaroo minion. Stolas trying to go to another shard. The devs want to go to
that. Are you saying that Emmett just...
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
He laid out the roadmap before the
Yes,
laid out the roadmap.
That's exactly what he did. We knew that's what he did. He's like, you're going to learn about the 12. You're going to go to the Bounty Undersea Ruins. You're going to go to the New World. You're going to go to the other shards. You're going to go to Mericidia. He literally just said everything. He's like, you just look forward to it, pal. He didn't even foreshadow. Foreshadowing is like kind of slipping it in there for later. He was just like, no, I'm not foreshadowing.
This is the roadmap. This is your roadmap. They'll tell you about it later in the live letter, but here's where you're going and here's what you're gonna learn.
Yeah, it's just all of it immediately came to the surface. Because even the devs have said, Yoshi P said in an interview the last couple of days, the devs just said we have to go to Mericidia. He's like,
fucking finally. I've been calling this shit for ages. Like, we're going to Mericidia. No, the fuck we're not. Now we are. Thank God. Shit.
Yeah, he's like, listen, I'm not going to tell you that's where we're going next, but don't not expect it, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you, dev team. Appreciate it. I love having it all laid out, and I'm still like, ooh, fun new stuff.
Shiny. Piece of candy.
Endsinger's Aria in there.
Good old Thought Topic.
It starts in phase 2, and it has a couple new things we can already see, both in the trailer and in the demonstration they did a bit later.
New planets.
Yeah, new planets. Oh man, don't tell Neil; he'll lose his mind.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna tweet all the planets. Have however many planets are in that fight, and just ask Neil. I don't know why. I just want Neil deGrasse Tyson involved for some reason. I just want to hear him talk.
Neil deGrasse Tyson does a extreme guide for Thought Topic.
There you go. Yeah, makes it scientific as shit. Yeah,
right.
It's like, is one of these Pluto? And he'd be like, Pluto's not a planet anymore. He'll get upset. I feel like he's the kind of person to get upset if you ask him about Pluto.
No, he actually doesn't. He actually likes discussing it. He actually likes, justifying his reasons for,
not being a planet anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. He actually likes justifying. So, yeah.
Maybe we can get Neil on to talk about it. What is the probability of a dimensional space in which emotion brings about lost civilization?
I don't like this.
I feel like we could get a good conversation from Neil about this.
I mean, Neil does touch on some deep shit. Are we living a simulation? And he will really go down the fucking rabbit hole to explain why possibly we could be a simulation. We could be living a simulation.
I like how somebody sorry, I saw something in chat that made me laugh.
Go what?
No, somebody said he's gonna see the planets in the fight. Like, those aren't big enough to be planets. That sounds like something he would rationalize.
But they kill us.
Because that's how Neil would classify a planet. Well, they kill you, so yeah, they're planets. He's like, they're more like small comets with micro atmospheres or some shit like that.
What Thought Topic has done is she scaled a planet. She scaled a planet to have the same mass as its normal size, but be smaller. That way, it kills you.
Yeah, it maintains mass while reducing its size.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be dense, very dense. And it has a gravitational pull around the arena. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's maybe stop talking about Neil deGrasse Tyson and talk about Final Fantasy XIV.
Sure.
I mean, we don't have to. I'm totally down to continue this train of thought, but I'm just saying. Oh man. What else is there in the trailer in particular? Am I getting the same freaking call? Okay, yeah, I gotta respond to something a little bit later. Thought I was getting another call from Comcast Corporate because they've been a royal pain in my butt. But I gotta probably reply to that in the middle of the show. Yeah, we had some internet issues today, both before this started and around the time the live letter was ending. So I'm going straight to corporate. Not messing around no more. I'm dealing with corporate now. Or
Yeah.
I hope so, at the very
Get the
least.
shit fixed.
Yeah, let's see if that actually does the fucking job at this point. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get a quick look at Insinger's Aria. We get, what else do we get a quick look at? Am I forgetting anything?
The Arcasadara.
Arcasadara now. This is pod racing.
Yeah. Yeah. I when I saw that, and I saw they were using the fucking hippos, I immediately wanted to go like deep voice Dom. It's like, you know what the Arcasadara are about?
Family. They probably are.
Family.
They probably are.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of look more, the intro to it looks more very Fast and Furious with the...
Yep.
I like the drag racing circuit of the Arcasadara as the quest line. Oh, man. That was pleasant.
Pray to God we are able to participate.
Yeah, you know, just getting the mounts not good enough. I do want it to be like an actual little mini game. Maybe for like one of the daily quests or something. Like it's just like a QTE or something. I don't know.
Like a little like we have the technology. We have fucking chocobo racing. We can do hip-hop.
Yeah, that's debatably technology in Final Fantasy 14 as far as I'm concerned. So listen, you didn't defend it. I said that and you just didn't defend it.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. I didn't.
Yeah. Thebnarian drift. There we go. I'm all about it. Honestly, I'll take this as a replacement for chocobo racing as far as I'm concerned. I'm down. Just completely replace it. We don't need it. I don't need it anymore. When Frosty when Frosty decides he wants to do it again, this is what he'll have. All of his work will be for nothing.
And it'll be better than Chocobo GP.
That's not true, but no, it's definitely not true. Chocobo GP plays well, and they already said they're like doubling back, like they're gonna make it to like character unlocks and stuff have nothing to do with battle passes or anything after the first one. So they already double that shit back instantly.
Quick side note, I love how fucking Chocobo GP and GT had this same exact fucking troubles in opening.
So that means they're the same game.
Shit. No. Same troubles do not equal same game, but you know.
I don't know. An egg is an egg, Sly. That's the most confused I've ever seen you look. An egg. What do eggs have to do with this?
I'm just giving a go.
They're delicious is what that has to do with it.
Yeah.
I haven't really figured it out myself at this point, to be honest.
Yeah, you were kind of going off.
No, that's fine.
But yeah,
and Crystal Conflict is in there, but that's like a whole huge section. Like we're not skipping over it.
We'll
but
because it's actually good. Yeah, it's like I'm actually really excited for Crystal Conflict.
So am I.
We'll talk about that later.
I will say this: the trailer though does actually touch on something that the preview that they showed today didn't, and it shows two of the maps. It shows the gimmick maps that were kind of touched upon in the previous live letters. The volcano one, which has the bombs exploding in the different regions. You can see a few more what look to be activation panels throughout the entire map, and the other one with the wind. We also get a brief look at real quick. The one they talked about and showed off the most later was the most basic, least confusing map, or the least gimmicky map. The one that actually has no gimmicks, the base map for the Crystal Conflict. And I'm really glad they're launching with 3 maps because, and this is true of this as well, they have a really bad habit of just scrapping old shit with PvP when they introduce new shit. They're like, nah, fuck it, just get rid of the old one entirely. And they're doing that with Feast, which I hope they take the assets from the Feast, the Crystal Tower map and the old Feast maps, and make a Crystal Conflict map with those resources somehow. I don't know. I hate that they just don't want to say it.
Yeah, I don't want to say that they are working on it because I can't guarantee it. You just outright said it.
They're not. They're definitely not. They already said they've taken away Rival Wings for a patch to rebalance it, so they're definitely not working on the other things.
So you don't think like if this gets any success, we'll get more maps? You don't think so?
It'll get more maps. I just don't think they'll use the previous assets of PvP stuff they stopped using. That's what I don't think they'll do. Like they won't take Astrologos and use those assets to make a map. You know?
That'd be a really pimping map though.
It would be.
So
yeah. Especially goblins as the gimmicks, like all the goblin stuff that they have on that map.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know what's funny? Astrologos still says it's only temporarily gone. That's a lie. It's never coming back. It's literally never coming back.
That's like the confusion with like a preseason for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's very, very confusing. But fortunately, later in the live letter, they touch upon the PvP stuff. And I've actually seen nothing but positive response to it thus far. I haven't looked specifically at like Brian Ricardo's response. He's usually the person I go to first to get what his. And I know he posted something.
We're probably going to have him on for this.
Yeah. When we eventually do, we will do a PvP show. But yeah, we will definitely be inviting Brian on to do that. We definitely want some PvP professionals for the eventual PvP show. Probably not until after Ultimate, I'd imagine. I think that gives it's a good amount of time for people to settle also, like after PvP, like not just recency bias kind of talk about it in just the first week or something. So that'll be a good time. And other than that, I'm glad it looks like Foshinol is also going to be a trust for the role quests. It's a fun little detail. It looked like you see him along with the other Grand Company leaders in the Tower of Babel. I'm really excited for the role. I'm excited for all the side quests, man. Even the delivery quest with Emiliance. Just good times.
You don't want to dress her. You just want.
I don't, but I know Twitter does. The fear was immediate, like as soon as they announced it last time. So that was obvious. They were like, how many Emiliances are going to be in 2B outfits within like 2 weeks of it coming out?
Emiliance.
In this case, it's Abeliance.
Emiliance, aka your son calls me mommy.
God damn it. Your son calls me mommy. Oh, jeez. As soon as you say that, all I hear is dum 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 dum. Some people got that reference, and some people didn't. And the people who got that, you got that reference. Yeah, I had a feeling. Some of y'all got that reference.
Up in the mind.
Some of y'all got that reference quick. All right. Oh, D-Gen's a lot of you. I've got it up on my phone, by the way. Not Pornhub. I mean the live letter. I've got the live letter up on my phone.
You actually I got it up on my phone. Not Pornhub, no. Not Pornhub.
Yeah, sure. You just tabbed over.
Shit.
You just I saw his thumb move. You just tabbed over. Oh, man. So that's it for the trailer. 40 minutes later.
Yeah,
there you go. And then they started with just recaps for the most part.
Yeah, a lot of recaps, a lot of stuff that we knew. A lot of stuff they rehashed how many times? Jesus, I feel like I'm hearing this for umpteen times.
But Sly, I got to give them credit. Okay. They got to the housing section and just said, "Please read the post." Like we don't want to talk about it again.
Yeah, thank God they did it. I was like, holy shit, are they about to rehash housing? Just read the post. Fuck, thank you.
How
hard is that for y'all to do after the first time? Just do that from now on. After the first time, the next live letter, just point to a post and say, just read the post. That's all you got to do.
I bet you that this is the first and only time this happens.
You're probably right.
Yeah. How hard is it? That's not a question you want an answer to.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
And then, yeah, they talked about new side quests, new role quests. Interesting little note about Tadaru's Grand Endeavor. They mentioned this in the interviews the last couple days. Eventually, you're actually going to need side quests like the Four Lords completed and like Wurlit and stuff in order to continue that. Because it's about going around to all the people we didn't get closure with from the Endwalker events.
Yeah, it's a victory tour.
And probably mentioning her new mercantile endeavors.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of saw this coming, and like luckily I have all that shit done. So yeah, for those of you who haven't done specific things like Wurlit or Four Lords or pretty much the EX series, go do those.
Yeah.
Wurlit's good. I'll at least say that Wurlit's fucking good. Four Lords.
Kind of reminds me of the new era of Moogle, Mailman Moogle quests. I'm getting that kind of vibe. A little more personal, perhaps, but that's the big thing I'm getting out of it, at the very least. I also means that we probably won't see as many side quests, like kind of follow-up side quests, that aren't this and Hildebrand in the future patch. Like we have Omega here, we have there's I don't know, there's just a ton of side quests this patch. But we'll probably be sticking to the rest of them in Tadaru's Grand Endeavor.
And speaking of that, and speaking of the, EX series, we still don't have a hint as to what it is.
No, but that's normal. We don't normally until closer to point 2. We want it, but it's normal that we wouldn't have it yet.
I know. Do you have any ideas?
I mean, the four fiends. I've been saying that for ages. The 4 fiends from Final Fantasy IV. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sticking to that. It's not changing. But specifically the Final Fantasy IV fiends. Yeah, I want to fight Rubicante, Barbarisha. I don't really care about the other two.
Real Rubicante.
Yeah, real Rubicante,
Yeah.
I don't care about Cagnazzo or Smart. Scarmiglione's gonna get like he's gonna be made like a solo instance boss anyway. Scarmiglione. They're gonna do him dirty. I already know they will. Don't do Cagnazzo dirty. That would be bad. Yeah. Hildebrand's coming back as well. Custom deliveries here. The duty support system, so we got a quick look at the duty support system, but we also got an idea of what some of the minor dungeon reworks are going to look like. And by minor dungeon reworks,
wait. You are going too fast. You
what?
Started at the point, but you skipped over the fact that they are so fucking eager, man.
Yeah, I got mugshots.
They are so fucking
eager. They're about as eager as community service, it looks like.
Really?
They look like they literally were stuck into like orange suits and then just stuck on the side of the highway to pick up cans. Like that's how eager they look. At the very least, the ones that are from the later quests, the Marauder, the Conjure, they look far more interested, the Scion ones for Titan, than the rest of them looked. But the eager ones are not eager at all. Not even in the slightest.
Not eager. They look like they got put in Edda's party and they're like really showing it.
Well, they have a head, so that's a little bit too qualified to be in Edda's party. Listen, Veer shouldn't have ran so far ahead. That's his fault. He tried to pull too big. He didn't have enough cooldowns, and Edda's only level 15. She doesn't have any instants. Doesn't have benediction. Just only has like cure 1. It's just what else? What's she gonna do? And then everyone blames the healer, of course. Oh, it's not the tank. Oh, it's not the tank pulling too fast, too big on a small ass dungeon. No, it's gonna be the healer's fault, of course. Yeah, I
don't think to blame the fucking devs.
Yeah, no, just now they, like I said, they did start to show kind of the changes. We got into some of the dungeon changes in the last live letter where they talked about, Ultima being a 4-man, changes to Ratat and Castrum. This time we got to see Totorock.
Holy shit! Yeah, can we talk about how the fuck Totorock is a damn new dungeon?
Yeah, it's a completely different dungeon.
like I saw like old Todorock and like when you look at the beginning, you can see old Todorock. No, we're not going that way. You're going this way. Like, well, damn,
bro. They raised the roof so that Shaquille O'Neal could actually fit in here.
Really, they did.
This is
Todorock used to be so fucking small.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks good. The new Todorock looks good. I'm impressed. Like, I actually want to run it just for shits and gigs.
Yeah, I mean, I will be. I'm planning on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then, new dungeon, which they still won't give us the name of, but I think it's because it is the bounty. I have a feeling that's the main reason why. Yeah. Endsinger's Aria, Ultima Unreal being our Unreal for this. They actually said they wanted to do a Warring Triad. And I'm like, if you did Sephiroth, people are going to die. Like, I love that fight. That's going to be a disaster when it eventually happens.
Oof.
Oh, shit. I have to release a new Todorock guide.
Sephiroth?
Somebody just brought that up.
Fucking Zervin? Sophie?
No, I think Zervin and Sophie would be fine.
Sophie's not that bad. Zervin will definitely.
No, I think we're past the point. Sephiroth's bad for a lot of different reasons. He's the last fight we ever had that had permanent death is the big one.
True.
And he just has a lot of very particular mechanics.
I'm still waiting on Ravana Unreal.
Yeah, I want Ravana. He's a super easy, but so is Ultima. Like, Ultima is going to be the easiest one we've had so far.
And we say it's super easy, but the fact of the matter is, like, back in the day, normal mode took way longer than fucking EX. Like, like normal hard mode, whatever you want to call it, took way fucking longer than EX. When we couldn't, like,
long fight,
it is hell long.
Yeah,
So,
the extreme's not
that shit back.
Yeah, really just the limit cut mechanic is really bad on extreme. There's a couple other things. Some people are really slow at killing the butterflies, for example. Target priority there is a bit of a concern. But yeah, I think Ravana will be good. I really want them to do Ravana. I hope they don't literally just do this and then this, Thornton, and like the Warring Triad. Like, I hope they don't. They can go ahead and skip Bismarck. I like the theme, but you can go ahead and skip that. But.
They're gonna probably do Bismarck.
No, don't do Bismarck. That's fine. We don't.
But they're probably gonna do it.
No, we don't need that. That's fine.
Speaking of which, how many leaves you got saved up?
1,000.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sitting at 1,000. I got to 1,000 on the last week Unreal was available. I like planned it so perfectly. I overcapped by a lot that week, but I got to 1,000 on the last week Unreal was available. So I'm so ready. I'm just gonna buy whatever the new reward. Now is where I have to debate. Do I buy the new reward and sell it day one, or do I show it off to people day one? I don't know. I could use the money.
Yes.
I could so use the money. I'm struggling, man. I don't know what to do with this 300 million gil. Yep. Depends on what it is. Yeah, I guess that's true. If I don't like it, then I should just sell it. I'll get one eventually, but if I don't like it right off the bat, I should probably just sell it.
Yeah. I
should sell it day one and then buy it a week later. That's the real plan. Okay. Yeah, new Ultimate. Then they kind of skim through some other things. They skim through because they would come back to them later. Job adjustments, PvP updates, sales, adventurer plates. Like, they just listed a bunch of stuff at this point. Unending Codex. Now, fun thing about the Unending Codex, because this actually, again, I'm going to pull up the interview. The interviews from like Famitsu and 4Gamer and whatnot from the other day. But they actually said that Yoshi P very specifically expects that sometime in the future, and he hasn't really fully conveyed this to the development team yet, that new players may eventually just be able to choose to start from 6.1. Not anytime in the near future, but like in the way distant future, instead of doing all of 2.0 through 6.0, you would do the leveling process 6.1 through whatever, basically, as a new start point, which is something people suggested that they might do. And It'll be kind of weird, but we'll see, I guess, how it'll work out. He said it won't make sense. Like, when we do 6.1, we'll feel like that doesn't make sense. But that it might make sense somewhere down the line. So I'm curious to see how that ends up panning out. Oh, God, and then they showed us the Hrothgars with the hairstyles.
Panic at the Ronso, my boys.
The ears being gone looks so weird.
I turned into a haven't you ever heard of?
And then the 2B. Ugh. The 2B one does not look good. The lack of ears really makes the 2B one extra weird. And so to give you an idea, Sly, of the public opinion, I'm looking at it on the Reddit unofficial, like, you know, in the translations and live letter channel. And all of the Hrothgar pictures have no reactions except for the 2B one, which has 10 oh no reactions, 12 what the fuck reactions, 12, 3 Hildebrand reactions. They're basically, it's the only one with reactions, and they're all terrified.
But we don't go off of these reactions. We go off of Foxclawn's reactions.
And once again, he looks like a meme template waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the memeability of Foxclawn. Yep.
It looks so good. He's so full of joy. And I live for this. Other things like glamour plates, like again, this is all details they've been over, with more glamour plates, being able to use them in sanctuaries and all that stuff. Now we get into the first really divisive thing of the live letter: job adjustments.
I know where you're going with this.
I'm going to a lot of places with this, Sly.
Yeah, but I know the main one that you're kind of disappointed with.
Do you now?
Everything else is like, eh. But I mean, we can really run it down. I mean, machinist changes. I mean, we knew they needed potency changes.
Sly, they needed more than potency changes.
They needed Jesus. But again, with these adjustments, these are not the only adjustments. These are only the ones that they posted on this slide.
Yeah, it's true.
Once we get the prelim notes, you will see all the adjustments.
And that's including the jobs that are on this page. They said it may not even be all the machinist changes, all the samurai. So there might be some other stuff.
Yeah.
That being said, Sly, I feel like if they were gonna change hypercharge to be a charge system instead of 8 seconds, they probably would have mentioned it on the slide.
I agree with you, 100%.
So the ping thing, people wanted them to change about it, still unchanged,
and will probably be unchanged.
Yep. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Then samurai. Yep. What a weird set of changes for samurai.
Because, I mean, the argument I have for this, the argument I have for samurai is the argument I have for pick a job. Just throw crit at any job if you're gonna do that.
That's exactly how I felt. I was like, bro, my dancer would sure like my damage variance to not be so high. My tech steps critting. Yeah, that would be really cool. I don't get to use devilment in tech step misses devilment. I would love to have that automatically crit.
Yeah, you could argue this for any job.
Yeah.
Any fucking job.
Yeah.
Any and every job. Fuck blue mage. Throw crit at that. There you go.
Blue mage has a lot of crit. If they're the DPS stance, they have a lot of crit. Now, Kaiten being gone, I don't really care about. Kaiten was busy work, so I'm not too surprised to see them take it away.
Yeah, bloat.
Yeah, it's bloat. It's not even just about being bloat, though. It was basically the main thing you used Kenki on throughout the fight. Not the strongest thing, but the most frequent way of culling your Kenki to make sure you don't have too much before a burst window. You can make use of killing little ads quicker. It was something that was really good to get. Really nice to get good at using on samurai. But if I were to say that it was core to the identity of the job, I wouldn't. That's really, I guess, the closest thing. So I don't know if that was what they needed to do to cull actions on Samurai.
Yeah.
That's the big thing for me. I don't know if that was the correct choice. But I wouldn't particularly... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Kaiten is the weapon skill buff. You're right. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Shinten, I think, was the stab. Yeah, sorry. No, Kaiten is the buff. Yeah, that's because they auto-crit now. So this... I mean, it's whatever. It's I guess my statement still holds true. It's not... It wasn't the identifying factor for me. They had already started to bake it into so many skills with Keishi and... with both the Keishi Namakiri and Keishi Setsugaka. So it was already kind of going out the door anyway. But it makes Higanbana a little less exciting, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And auto crits, as long as they're not auto direct hits, that's semi-okay. But auto crits run another issue in Final Fantasy XIV that isn't discussed all too frequently. In that there are jobs where their raid utility is to buff crit rate. And as soon as you have a bunch of jobs that auto crit, that's not doing anything because crit rate from skills doesn't increase critical hit damage. I think we hit a point where they give a lot of jobs auto crits and they end up giving us crit damage buffs instead of crit rate buffs for raid utilities. I just have a feeling that's what's going to change at some point.
So you don't think this really solves the fluctuating DPS? Because I don't.
I think it does, but I don't think that's a good reason to make the change. That's my core thing. Because like you said, you can argue that for every job in the game. Crit is crit. That's what crit does. Crit is a variance in performance.
Yeah.
I had an orange percentile parse on Dancer when my dance partner died for like the last 30 seconds because I crit direct hit all my technical steps. Otherwise, that would have been like a high 80 at the most. But it's like that RNG just landed me like a mega orange parse. Not even like a low orange, like a mega orange, like high into orange. So I don't think it's a good reason. I would like to see less damage variance in builds, but I don't know if that's the way to do it. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying I don't know. But we'll find out in the future.
And then we get to Ninja with like the weirdest change. So Trick Attack has become Mug. But wait.
You mean Mug has become Trick Attack?
No. Trick Attack has become Mug. I meant what I said.
That doesn't make sense.
Like, I usually refer to Ninja by Trick Attack. Now I can just refer to it.
Yeah, but that's why it's the other way around, Sly. Now you're going to be going, when's Mug? Mug?
Yeah.
When's Mug?
Yeah.
Mug? Mug? I remember when we had Mug and Jugulate and I called them Mugulate.
God damn it.
Good times. Good times.
Good times. Yeah, like I said, Mug, yeah, it's really weird. Mug, they are really hammering the whole 2-minute thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't agree with it. I don't fucking agree with it. Like, I understand where they're going, but I don't agree with it.
You as a Dragoon especially won't agree with it because you've probably had to move your 2 minutes around at some point and hated it.
I already fucking do.
Yeah, most jobs don't like it. A lot of jobs don't like moving their 2 minutes. It'd be another thing if fights were better designed around the 2-minute windows being regularly places where they're good to use, but they're not.
I mean, to adjust to the fight is one thing. To adjust to a job is another thing, and I'm not adjusting for not one goddamn job. I will adjust to the fight before I adjust to somebody else.
It's like on Bard, there are times where the suggestion that's made to me requires me to be in Ballad during my buff window, and I couldn't hate my life more. They're like, "Oh yeah, just hold 2 minutes there," and I'm like, "So you want me to burst in Ballad?"
Fuck you.
Bro, have you not heard all the bards say how shit ballad is now? It's the weakest song. Why do you do this to me? I can't just change my song order around to make it better, too. What do you want me to fucking roll from Paeon into fucking ballad? Come on now. So it's so rigid that you either have no thoughts at all about how to use it in a fight, or you think about it to the point where you just have to debate how much you really hate yourself.
We all have a debate every day. Or every day we raid.
Yeah. Yeah, because Trick Attack is more like Reaper's Mark now, but it's not exactly the same. It's not like you can put it up whenever you want or it lasts 30 seconds. It's just, it only affects the ninja's damage. So it's a personal cooldown now. Whereas Mug is
weird.
a 2-minute Trick Attack.
Fucking weird.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it is. I agree. I'll see how it pans out.
But moving on to Dark Knight, one thing that like, fucking everybody has been asking for like how long have people been asking for this shit?
How long has Dark Knight been out?
Yeah, exactly.
Heaven's Lord.
Yeah.
The suggestion is literally
So,
7 years old that they did.
God damn, we got Eggies before Dark Knight got what they fucking wanted. Holy shit.
One thing they wanted, mind you. Only one.
Only one.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, just do damage and you won't die. I mean, your healers can still let you down, but at least you'll be, kind of helping out, helping your fucking self out. Yeah. Just do damage. That's it. I mean, again, this should have been implemented in Heaven's Ward. So
there's two questions about it still. One, is it per weapon skill or per target hit? Because in a dungeon, it becomes a much better cooldown. It essentially becomes a full heal, an invuln into full heal in a dungeon, which would improve its usability a lot. Or it's still a liability because you can't ever rely on a healer. If you're popping Living Dead as a Dark Knight in a dungeon, things have already gotten to a point you didn't want them to get to. It's probably per weapon skill. I agree. But it's we don't know. So I'm not going to say it is. And it only tackles one particular grievance Dark Knights have. Let me be clear. Dark Knight is performing well right now, but people don't like playing it.
Again, the old argument of, do you fucking hate yourself right now? Yeah, kind of do. A little bit.
Like, there are people who enjoy it, just a lot of people who don't. And there's a lot of really good reasons for it that I am willing to bet are not in the exhaustive list of changes that we are told is not present here.
Right.
TBN, if a TBN doesn't break, it being punishing to your overall DPS, having to choose offense or defense. And if the defense is when the defense is used to take no damage, it doesn't do anything. It has to. You have to have it break. So that decision. The self-sustain is still not fun compared to the other tanks. That's another really, really big thing. Again, maybe Walking Dead, if it's per target hit with the weapon skill, will be a little better. But even still, that's, it's a far cry from what I think people have in mind. Abyssal being tied to what's it called? The single target cooldowns or the AoE heal versus the single target damage with the MP on the end. There are things people like. Like, people like a lot of the individual abilities, but the way they're tied together and the way they work are not enjoyed as much. It's funny. I just leveled Dark Knight to 90, and I forgot Carven Spit was called Carven Spit, so I didn't say it. I called it CNS. So I was like, what does the C and the S stand for? I couldn't remember what the C or the S stood for. I knew what the ampersand was for, though. And then another thing, Rin didn't get his, again, maybe it is in there, but that's not mentioned here. He didn't get his blood weapon charges for the tight blood weapon window that they currently deal with.
It's not. Do you think it's not in the
No.
extra shit?
That should have, if it was, that would have been here. That's one of the, it's such an important thing.
I mean, like
I have to imagine.
I kind of agree with you because like they highlighted other shit for other jobs too.
Yeah. Like that, I feel like they could have fit one more bullet point to say that because that's a big piece of feedback. Walking Dead and that are the two biggest pieces of feedback. So if you were going to have notes on it, I feel like for your live letter, those would both be the reasons. Same with Machinist. Like people don't want to deal with like these super tight, latency windows that they have to deal with before.
But okay. Devil's advocate. Say they did.
Okay.
I probably know why they kind of hit it. If they did.
Yeah, and what's the reason they would hide talking about one of the most requested changes and leaving it for the patch notes? And don't say because it's April Fool's.
Not that, because people who don't play the job will talk shit about it, and they don't have any right to fucking talk shit about it.
If anyone who doesn't play the job talks shit about it, then they shut the fuck up is what they do. Because that would be the dumbest thing to talk shit about.
But they don't.
No, they don't, Sly. But this is where this is where the whole new player, casual play, like, a lot of the times, when people who are in different skill brackets and different like levels of understanding the game, they kind of just like either leave each other alone or they get along and they just don't really No, this is literally like, playing Monopoly with your friends. Like they're just going to be like, no, fuck y'all the dumbest person I've ever spoken to. You shut your fucking mouth, you quit the game, and you just go, I don't know, go lay in your basement and don't get up for like a week. Yeah. So, don't think it's a good reason that they wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Goon shorten the animation for.
It says jump. It doesn't say Stardiver, Sly. I don't know why it doesn't say.
I noticed that too.
It says actions. It does say actions.
But it doesn't say Stardiver.
No.
So I'm not. So I'm just gonna take this and whatever potencies they get, like potency adjustments.
No more potencies. Dragoon is on fucking crack right now.
It's probably gonna happen.
No, it's the top DPS in like 3 fights. That would be the dumbest thing of all time. It's already gonna get more just from even the animations.
They don't know that though, and that's why they keep buffing the fucking job.
Because it's shit before, and then they give it better, and then it's okay, and then they make it better again.
They don't know that. Why do you think they keep buffing the fucking job, Haps? They don't know
because
that.
It's shit when they buff it, and then it's okay when they buff it, and then it's too strong.
Shut the fuck up and let us have shit. God.
No.
It's probably gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna fucking happen.
Summer getting a really good QOL. Certain light will be cast directly from the Summer instead of Carbuncle.
Sly Carbuncle does one thing now.
I know.
2 if you consider looking pretty being a thing.
So one.
Yeah, so one thing. And honestly, that thing I think needs to get taken off Carbuncle. About to be just glam.
Thank you. Carbuncle exists.
At this point, he's about to just be for glam, and they barely even have that still. We still don't have an update. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, Carbuncle is getting turned into an Eggy.
He's getting turned into nothing. Is what he's getting turned into.
Pretty much at this point.
He's a minion.
White Mage.
Yeah,
pretty much.
White Mage. These are very
White
good.
Mage.
These are very good.
Cure 3 and Asylum extended to 10 yalms.
3 being 10 fucking yalms.
Again, Scholar got the same.
So good.
Scholar got the same treatment for Sacred Soil. Good, really good quality of life for White Mage. White Mage has been struggling, my boys.
The liturgy change is also very nice because it allows you to control it a bit more. But more important, something that's not on this slide is they are making MP changes to the healers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and thank God.
Yeah.
But wait, I heard that and I saw that, and I'm like, I'm a little trepidatious with this.
Okay.
In regards to White Mage only, because White Mage was the only one who had the problem. The greater of all the evils who had the problem.
Yeah.
So
Sage is a little funky at the lower levels, but it once it picks up big time.
Yeah, and see, that's why I'm not worried about it. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
White Mage mainly had the issue, and they say that, but I'm a little trepidatious about it.
This is actually the job I need to see the full patch notes on the most, because healers, White Mage's particular grievances extend much past these things. These are things nobody
all the
asked.
other healers.
Yeah, they just it extends to like what all the other healers can do. White Mage, these are things that like a White Mage likes. Nobody asked for a Cure 3 range, but a healer sees that and they go, awesome. Nobody asked for Asylum range, but a healer sees that and they go, awesome. People are still going to step out of it, but awesome. They see Liturgy being able to control when it explodes, they go, awesome. But then they think about being the lowest DPS healer with no sort of raid buff, and still being largely GCDs, with their lilies being a DPS loss.
So again, we kind of have to go to what hasn't been said.
Yeah, and that's what hasn't been said is the most important thing here.
Yeah. So, will Misery just be like flat DPS? Probably not.
No. Misery would need to be 1,240 potency. That's the number one change that needs to happen.
And they are not fucking.
They should. There's no reason not to be honest.
I mean, they should, but I promise you it's not happening. I promise you everything less than that would happen.
Yeah, no, I don't think it'll happen either.
Potency. It wouldn't even be close to the potency it needs to be to actually be a gain to actually use it.
It doesn't need to be a gain. What it needs to be is neutral.
I disagree. I think it needs to be a flat fucking gain.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would totally take that. But that's what we would call that would be the cherry on top. It needs to become damage neutral before it becomes a gain. Because right now, whenever you use a Lily, your DPS just goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Other jobs don't have to really make that decision. Or if they do, they have an alternative that keeps it in line. Yeah, and the big thing is if it becomes a DPS gain, as Chad has brought up, if it becomes DPS neutral, it actually does become a DPS gain, because then you are going to use it. You can actually plan around it and use it properly. Yeah. So it would go a very, very long way to helping them out. And it would also encourage Lily use a bit more, which then helps with MP, along with the MP changes say they're going to make. Making them neutral just actually does eliminate the majority of White Mage's issues. It's pretty insane.
But I feel like it just needs to go beyond that.
I would like it to go beyond that.
I might be the only one who wants that. I mean, yeah, like damage neutral would be the end all be all to solve the initial problem, but I think it, in terms of not only the lilies, but my main focus is just Misery. Like that's been my main focus.
I mean, that is part of the lilies.
I mean, it is, but like that's been like one of my main fucking focuses is fucking Misery. And it's just, God, like it's pretty. Like I want to use that, like in just random, me doing random shit content. I use the lilies just to say like, hey, Hey, look at that.
I actually do the same thing. I literally just use the lilies because I just decide I'm going to use the lilies.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use the lilies.
I'm like,
hey,
it's sitting at 3. I don't care if it's not a good decision. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, that looks fucking cool. Did it do shit?
Yeah.
No.
It's like, oh shit, did you? Oh, nice. I hit the direct crit misery during the buff window. Oh shit, that must be a nice DPS gain. No, but I did it.
That's a loss. That was a straight up fucking loss.
It's a loss across the whole fight. I do it a few times. You know, maybe. Works out.
Was it worth it?
No.
No.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Another decent option would probably be to make it so that you can have more than 3 blood lilies, but it costs 3 to use that. So like you have like a little bit of over cap available on it.
Here's another option. And I feel like this is just like what I like to call the nuclear option, when a job is just so shit that you actually had to do it.
It's not
revamp the whole fucking job.
It's not that bad, Sly, but you know,
wait. It's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. No.
Wait. Hang on. What jobs have merited the nuclear option where they got fucking reworked?
How many times has Summoner been reworked? How many times? Think of do you remember Heaven's Ward's release? Do you remember what happened to like half the fucking jobs at Heaven's Ward? Machinist? Yeah, Machinist. Yeah. Bard even. Yeah. Astro, Summoner, Monk.
Again, the nuclear option. And you say this job isn't bad? Really?
I would see. Here's the thing: if they did what you're suggesting, I would actually just like them to find a better identity. It's not even about really making them better. It's about getting a better job identity. They
already have that.
No, the lilies
have that identity.
No, the lilies aren't doing it. Man.
I mean, okay, toss the lilies.
That is their identity. It's the lilies.
No, it's.
Name me something else. Name me one other thing the job is. Benediction? That's not an identity.
Ninja was fucking trick attack before now.
Now it's Mug.
Fuck up. Exactly. You can't tell me that a job can't have their identity relegated to one fucking thing. Stop it.
But people like this one thing. Only Dark Knights like Benediction, and they don't even care anymore.
Holy spam.
I'm just saying. They could use a better identity.
When we talk about, you know, going back to the whole tank conversation, how, you know, one tank should, like, a certain tank should be rated over the other. Not saying that they're, like, it's going to be leaps and bounds better, but, you know, I kind of got what Rin was saying. Healing should work the same way, and I feel, in my heart of hearts, that White Mage should be at the top of that list.
Yeah, probably should be.
I feel like that should be the identity. Like, White Mage is like the top tier, like not by a long shot. Again, like you want, you know, you want a little bit of disparity in the fact that, like, you can play either of the jobs and be fine. Like, no one job should be just beating the other two by, or however many, by leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
White Mage should have that identity as being the top tier healer. That's what I've felt from ever since Jimmy cracked Corn, ever since I've been playing this game, ever since I, you know, dabbled in healing. That's what I felt.
It's the poster boy of healer is the big thing. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like it should have that identity as being the best healer. You know, like kind of like Sam has that identity of, like, I don't bring shit to this fucking raid but my dick.
Sly, you know what would really actually help White Mage with all of that? If lilies were DPS neutral. Just saying. You know what White Mage doesn't have to make it like the premier healer? It ain't got no Macrocosmos. Even with a nerf for Macrocosmos. Even with a nerf for Macrocosmos. It doesn't have Macrocosmos. You know what it doesn't have? It doesn't have Star. A star the size of the whole fucking universe. Like Astro has. You know what it doesn't have? It doesn't give anyone DPS cards. You know what it gets? It gets a DPS loss when it uses its key job mechanic. That's what it gets.
True. So do you think all the healers should have a press this button to get through fucking
to get through P3S?
Yeah, pretty much.
No. But I really think that was an oversight of Macrocosmos.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like it was an oversight, but no, they definitely all don't need. They should all have to work. They should all have to work.
Any job, to be fair, any healer can get through it like naturally.
Yeah,
it's just that Astro just has that like one button that just makes it fucking easy.
Cure 3 helps with that. Yeah, the Cure 3 buff helps. 10 yalms, baby. 10 yalms, baby.
God damn it.
Yeah, it should actually have to attempt to heal through P3S. Unless you healer LB or tank LB. Tank LB is the more popular one now for that. Because you don't need to be full health to survive. You just need to mitigate the damage, and tank LB goes right through that. Yeah. So there's I'm definitely going to be paying close attention. We'll be talking about this next week with the prelim. Oh no, they won't be in the preliminaries, right? We'll have to wait till fucking Monday. Shit. All right. Well, that is what it is. So I guess we're moving on from that. Expedient also on Scholar, specifically the sprint.
Well, to be fair, 20 seconds was kind of fucking dumb.
I agree. But it's only the sprint aspect that's being reduced to 10 seconds. The damage reduction is still 20. Which is honestly the bigger thing for me. 10% for 20 seconds.
Popular opinion, still kind of dumb.
It's crazy. I love it. Expedient is still so good after this.
I love it, but like, yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that Caracole is not mentioned on here is ridiculous, because Caracole is still like the most ridiculous healer ability in the game. I can't even fucking believe Caracole exists in its current form. It's so stupid. Oh, man. Fucking Caracole. Some animation locks also on Ninja and Red Mage being reduced. Displacement specifically listed for Red Mage. Oh, man. Somebody's asking for a good example for Expedient. Pretty much all of P4S Expedient is God tier. There's a lot of running around in phase 1 and 2 and you run around the entire arena. So 20 seconds of party mit. That's why Caracole is so good also, because it applies it to everybody, and then they run around and do the mechanic. So yeah, it's the damage mitigation for mechanics like that are just so good. Whereas Expedient good? Mechanics. Fights. Then they went to showcase Myths of the Realm. There's nothing that we can really talk about here that we didn't already talk about before, kind of.
Yeah, Yoshi was like going out of his way to not show AMBC.
Graha.
Like you said it was Graha. I don't think it's Graha.
No, I mean the special site already like has Graha in it now. So it's almost certainly Graha.
Okay.
Arcasadara. Dude, the Arcasadara theme sounds like fucking like a rare game on the N64. Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing Banjo-Kazooie. I was like, yo, I can fucking jam out to this. Let's go. I love that, man.
Even Yoshi B said that too. Yoshi B was like, you know what? This is kind of nice. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And within the Arcasadara village, Yoshi B just took out a bunch of fucking minions, a bunch of mounts,
yeah.
The Neopod. We saw the before that we saw the hippo. We saw the Dom car, the hippo. Of course, we saw baby hippo, which is a minion.
Yeah, I forgot that's already a minion from Venice Spati, because I haven't gotten it. I'd forgotten.
Yeah, it's a baby hippo.
Bro, we got boobies.
No, we got Doge. We got
Doge
boobies. Yeah.
And we got Little Nero's pizza delivery. Thank you for that, Llama Todd. He's the one who said that. Little Nero's pizza delivery.
Because it's so fucking true. Holy shit.
I love that minion.
It is so. It is. Didn't Yoshi P say it looks cheap?
Yeah. He straight up said it looks cheap.
Oh,
Listen,
God.
Garlemald's falling on hard times. We just got to buy whatever they're selling, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we literally have, dude, people are going to go to hunt trains to be like, all right, guys, there's too many people at this hunt train. Can you put away all your boobies? Listen, I'm not the fucking nature guy, I forgot what they're called, who named that animal a booby, all right?
A zoologist?
I don't think that's is it zoologist in this case? Is it not something that sounds more advanced? I don't know. I don't know who names, like, the name of the people who name animals. Yeah, there's birds called boobies and tits. Like, who's naming these? There's an answer for that question through a quick Google search. Who named boobies? Go quickly Google that with your safe search off. I already played the theme for you earlier in the fucking show, so you're well set.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. So yeah, like they should Yoshi P showed off a bunch of mounts and minions. Shaggles mount, good old Shaggles, moving it like Bernie in the air, just moving it like Bernie.
Somebody said the next bird they find, they're gonna name the next bird they find Milkers.
God damn it.
That was a good comment. That's a 10 out of
Y'all ain't right.
That's a
Y'all
10
ain't
out of
right.
that's a 10 out of 10 comment right there.
Y'all ain't right.
Just gonna shout out to that comment.
One mount in particular, the Dreadnought. Dreadnought looking like a
chunky baby.
Looking like a kid on steroids. Holy shit.
I look more like a 30-year-old white dude making a T-Rex face, but you know, that's the same energy, you know. It's got short arms.
I got a big head and little arms.
Yeah, big head, little arms. There you go. See, it's T-Rex.
Yeah.
It's got T-Rex.
Yeah, T-Rex.
Oh,
yeah, pretty much. We saw the boss of the dungeon as a minion, and yeah, a few others.
Yeah.
Kangaroo, good old Roo, the Puppers.
Maricidia confirmed.
The Puppers. Puppers is probably going to be like.
There's really a lot of dogs and cats in the game. I don't know. I like this one, but
I mean, but yeah, this Puppers is probably going to be like premium.
I don't know. I think the boobies are going to be premium.
Oh my god.
I didn't name them. Says the man who last week was talking about how much you want Garuda's rack on your wall.
I've said that since AR.
Does that change? Does that change it?
I mean, yeah. And then after that, he shows off a few parasols, a few new parasols.
Yeah, the Nero glasses, the regular glasses, fashion accessory. I like that's the only way to have glasses and a hat on is to make it a fashion accessory.
Pretty much.
Unbelievable.
And then we go into the what do we call it? The dream fitting. Is it the dream fitting?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is the same as they showed us last time. They just did it in game. There's nothing new here.
Yeah.
They showed off one of the outfits that's from the Korean that looks like it's from the Korean version that they said will probably be global at some point.
Yeah.
Look pretty cool. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Housing, they didn't waste our time here. They just told us please read the post. Like 2 quick slides and then
look at the post.
Yeah.
Look at the post. Yeah. Pretty much.
And then Yoshi
and,
P. Why does he do this? Why do they
for the memes?
Yeah, I mean it makes great memes.
The memes.
It really does. But holding the armor sets up, these are the Myth of the Realm armor sets. And they look like Naldenthal. They look like they're all pretty much Naldenthal.
And we have so many Foxconn reactions to get more memes out of. So
it's so good.
It's just too good. Too fucking good.
Yeah. So I get to see the 24-man raid. I'll wait till there's hopefully the special site has a better picture by now. We see the casual wear, the gingerbread house, the gingerbread tea set, a playground, a cherry blossom bed, and an Ishgardian hot tub. All new housing items. Ooh. Then they took a break where they showed all the old April Fools. They didn't have a new one, so they showed all the old April Fools. Bro, I got into a heated debate about how she was cooking already cooked and chicken tenders.
Already cooked chicken tenders.
Yeah. She literally took one out of the pan, put it on the plate, picked a different one up that was already cooked, and put it back in the pan.
Why did I not know about Magni Fantasy?
You didn't know about that? Yeah, that's that one's from a few years ago. It's like 3 years ago, I think, at this point. So many retro references.
Yeah, like 12 games in one.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Every screen was different. You had Einhander in there, Final Fantasy, Legends,
Saga,
Mystic Quest. Yeah. There's a lot of games
everything
in there.
Yeah.
But that's they revisited all of those and didn't. Thank God. That's why the only April Fool's joke I thought in here was the 2B Hrothgar, because I was like, this is a fucking April Fool's joke. This isn't happening.
We don't have anything yet. Well, to be fair, I kind of feel like Final Fantasy did their April Fool's joke on Twitter.
Is it the real one, or is it another fake Twitter account? Is it the Emmett one? Because that's a fake Twitter account.
No.
I saw the fake Final Fantasy 16 one also.
Yeah.
Which, it was clearly identifiable as fake, but equally as upsetting.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on it. I'm still waiting on something, decent this year.
No.
The best one I feel like is the fighting game.
That wasn't even an April Fool's joke. People don't remember. That wasn't an April Fool's joke. They just said they did that for fun. There was no attempt to fool. They just said, hey, look what we made for fun. Give it to me. Don't just joke around about it, make it real.
I mean, what engine was that shit on?
That's a great question. I think it wasn't on an engine, because it was pre-rendered. It wasn't playable.
No, some of the moves look like, some of the moves look like they came from an engine.
I mean, they probably did, but I'm just saying that it wasn't it wasn't playable, is it? No.
Yeah.
Endsinger, we already talked about earlier. We don't need to talk about Neil deGrasse Tyson again. Then they went into the adventure plates, which honestly there isn't much to say, but it is nice to see it because it is quite diverse.
Yeah. I feel like this is good quality of life.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much quality of life as just a new social / glam feature, I guess.
Yeah. On top of all these the already existing social features we have. The fact that they allow you to input your playtime.
Yeah.
I feel like that was huge for this. And that animating not really animating, but animating yourself to get a good G pose for your
I think the portrait feature in particular was the most impressive piece, because it's basically like a mini isolated G pose for the sake of customizing. And that I think is a very good use of the technology of G pose. That's a good advancement for it, especially because they're going to be using the portrait in other content. For starters, PvP, Crystalline Conflict, but they said they're going to do it for Mahjong and probably other content as well in the future. Any place where it makes sense to showcase a portrait, not like they're not going to ham it into just absolutely everything. But I thought that was the thing I was most impressed by, was the mini G pose portrait thing. And And then they covered all the little, nitty gritty, like, how many portraits you can have and tying it to gear sets and stuff like that. So it all looks really good, customizable. You can unlock a bunch of frames and customization from doing content, getting achievements, titles, all that stuff. So good collectathon as well.
Yeah.
Then we get to what I think was the most anticipated, but with the least expectation, and that of the PvP update.
PvP.
And I could not have been more satisfied, personally.
Same.
Everything from top to bottom was well described, well intentioned, and far more clear what their plans are for it than past PvP. It didn't feel like they just added something for PvP because they feel like they have to have PvP in the game. That is the first time it has not just felt like they wanted to put PvP in because it's an MMO. And that speaks volumes about A, how not great it was before, and B, how much more they seem to care about this. They start by explaining things we already know. 5v5, no role requirements, and how the game mode Crystalline Conflict itself actually works. They did also, as we mentioned earlier, say Rival Wings is on hiatus for 6.1 until they rebalance it. I'm still not convinced it'll ever come back because that's just the kind of... I'm just pessimistic because they've just deleted PvP. I mean, they're deleting Feast right here. So they just have a tendency to delete PvP stuff if it's not working out or it's not popular. They want to make something else new popular.
Away words.
Yeah. Then they got into an actual match. We got to see them actually play. They had the dev team members sit there and play. The team that Yoshi P was against, that was absolutely obliterating them. They threw it at the end just to show overtime, but it was not even a fucking contest. They got obliterated.
So either way, it's not good for either team because Yoshi P's team probably ain't gonna make it through the quarter.
Yeah, this is gonna show up on their performance review. Like, hey, you were the 4 people on my team for the live letter, right?
The team that beat them probably not gonna make it through the quarter. God, we're gonna have more job listings at the next fucking live letter.
We need 9 people who won't A, disappoint me when they're on my team in PvP, and B, won't beat me if they're on the other team.
Exactly.
Yeah, Yoshi P didn't even know what his PvP skills did. He's like, what does this do? He hadn't actually practiced with his new PvP skills. Oh, man.
Again, with this, with the match that I did, I kind of see maybe a future for you in a shoutcast role, maybe at the next fan fest where this is being like a tournament is being held.
So let me learn what the abilities do first. We'll hold the happy cup.
We have plenty of time between now and the next fan fest for us to do the Happy Brambles Cup or the Happy.
That is the most that is the most narcissistic name for a PvP cup for a non-PvPer to reward. Yeah, I know PvP, but I'll name the tournament after myself. Yeah, that seems like a fucking great decision.
Yeah. Yeah. PV. Anybody on PV Paisa, can y'all get on that, please? Thank you.
No, but the match they played was really good. So the matches are 5 minutes long. Literally, the time limit is 5 minutes. The goal is to push it to the enemy side, and if you don't, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and if you don't, then it goes into sudden death until the winning team is the only one contesting. So, like, if the losing team is the one not contesting, like they're all dead, then they lose instantly. If the losing team manages to push the winning team off, then they have a chance to push it forward and get ahead of them in order to actually win the match. Yeah.
And they made this in terms of the time, in regards to, being able to do other shit. Like, hey, like before raid, I kind of want to get a quick little match in. And that's kind of good to see that they're keeping time as kind of an element to other content with this. So in and out, not that bad.
Yeah, the big thing with this is, again, earlier I said when it felt like they were adding PvP, it felt like they were adding PvP because MMOs need to have PvP, right? So all those modes
It
were...
seemed like that for a while.
Yeah.
It seemed like that for a while,
Yeah, most of the modes are indicative of something if you're going to PvP, you're dedicating time strictly to PvP. That is the only thing you're doing with your time, because the matches can go very long and they require you to understand a lot of intricacies about how the other jobs play, about how your job plays. And they gradually kind of work towards making the job simpler, but without actually improving the PvP itself. So they just kept trying to make it more accessible in every way, except for the actual investment of queuing into it.
I wouldn't be against, larger, for a quote unquote esports type scenario, aka FanFest. I wouldn't be against, larger maps, more time. Make it interesting. 5 minutes is okay in and out. Like tournaments really at FanFest really don't take that long in terms of the matches. But I wouldn't be against something like this being grander. Being a little bit more grand, being like having a few, I'm gonna say a few, probably one more point. I say grander, but I'm like, yeah.
You mean three? You mean two checkpoints and a finale instead of one checkpoint and a finale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even still, no, I think they nailed this across the board. I honestly wouldn't add another point. I wouldn't add any more people. The biggest thing for me,
even for like a special situation.
Yeah, no, I think this is way better. I think just the team of 5,
okay.
The team of 4, team of 5. Final Fantasy 14 is at its best when it's making you tackle things with smaller groups. When the larger groups, there's always some sort of just design flaw. Like, look at BA, DRS, look at how many memes we make about even just casual 24-mans, even fates, hunts, like everything that involves large groups. 14 just clearly shows it's not a strength. And this is more to play. But for me, what I really liked about this, and I said this before, is they're now playing to a new strength. They finally accepted that not everything needs to be a multiple of 4 players, content-wise. And I think that's a very good thing, because there's no reason it needs to be so beholden to that. There never was a reason. It was just all they knew. It was the only thing that they had built the game to support. So they were trying to work within those confines. And I mean, 14 has grown since then. 14 is not the naive reborn child that it used to be. And now now they're really taking steps into making decisions that are correct, but aren't what they've done in the past. At least that's my interpretation based on what I'm seeing right here. Quick, fast, in and out. You can do it even if you have other plans at the time while you're waiting for something. It's what I would have wanted. And it's a mode that I will be participating in frequently. I also want to know how good this is for leveling, by the way. Not really a conversation that's come up, but I am curious how this is for leveling since it's only 5 minutes.
Damn, now that you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to know.
Add this to Arcasadora.
Yeah.
Yeah, God. You're right.
Yeah, I'm curious. Because it's very short matches, so it can't be worth that much, but the frequency of match might make it worth it.
To be fair, I'll probably be doing a lot because, everybody wanting to get the crystal. And we haven't even talked about the rewards yet, the reward structure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the reward structure, from what I see, my whole thing is this. Like, basically, there are, hold on, let me scroll down to it.
Yeah.
Bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond.
Oh, this is seasons. You're starting with seasons, not series.
Wait.
Seasons are the competitive season. Series are the battle pass.
I'm going to competitive.
Okay, you're going to go straight to competitive with this. Okay.
I'm going to be competitive because I have a question. Like,
Okay.
I have a question that really either they didn't answer or they didn't say, or because the thing is, the way I understand it is each tier is a checkpoint.
Yes.
There's bronze 1, 2, 3. After you get the silver, you have cleared a checkpoint.
Yes.
You cannot get bounced back to bronze.
Correct. Apex does this, just so you're clear. Apex is huge in Japan, and they do the same thing.
True.
Okay.
But a while back with Feast, didn't we have a problem with people not doing anything and sitting on their rank and just holding on the rank?
Yes. So the big thing here is that the only thing they don't explain is that there's hidden MMR. MMR is a matchmaking rank where it determines based on your actual performance as opposed to just silver, gold, whatever. And so what they don't explain is it staying the same where silver gets matched with bronze and gold gets matched with silver and platinum, etc. Because it's how it works now. Or is it going to be a little bit more? Is it going to be wider arcing? Is it going to be narrower? But the big thing is that competitive really doesn't begin until Crystal. The way that they've structured this right here. Crystal has what is essentially a master rank. If you've played any other competitive PvP games in the last few years, Grandmaster or Master rank, where once you've achieved it, you now every match win points, every match lose points. And obviously the more matches you win, the higher your rank at the end of the season. But you won't, again, go back down to Diamond. So the big thing here is that people, if they're going to do that, they need to be sitting on it in the Crystal ranking, not in silver or gold or diamond or any of those places. That's one of the big things. So there's the only decay is when you actually lose matches.
Hold on. 12.
What do you 12 what?
4. 36.
Are you counting the number of risers you need in total for matches?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
37.
Yeah. So if you won 37 matches in a row, well, actually, I'm sorry. That's the number of risers. You would also need to win an extra match per rank because you need to get 3 risers and then win a match.
True.
In order to do that.
True.
Yeah. You'll need approximately about 50 matches in a row, theoretically, to hit Crystal rank. As soon as you lose a match, it adds potentially 1, maybe more. Because when you raise your riser, you start with 1 star in the next riser, which means you have to lose 2 matches to downrank risers. Mm-hmm. So that way it's not immediately like, oh, I won, I went up. Oh, I lost, I went down. You'd have to lose 2 in a row in order to actually go down a riser. And then you can't go back down from silver to, silver 3 to bronze 1, for example. So I think this will work as long as it has a decent matchmaking setup behind it. Because we see this successful in other things. Now, obviously, 14's PvP popularity is the biggest question mark in the room. Does bronze and silver, etc., have an okay time? Or do they have some sort of, queue forgiveness, where even if you're out of the normal ranking range, after a while, it starts to match people together if it's not doing super hot? But it seems like they're actually taking a completely different approach to how they're doing this. And they're, instead of making it so people sit on their rank, doing 2 seasons in 1 patch, which is what they are doing, means you only have 8 weeks. There's not really much time to sit on your rank in the first place. By making very, very short seasons, they ensure that, along with the other activities in the game, you just can't sit at a rank. You'll have to participate.
Well, some people will try.
That's fine.
Not to say that some people won't.
Some people try. If you have the few people who are at the top not participating, the people just under them who are, they just have to put the pressure. It literally comes down to people wanting to do it or not. No matter what you do, no matter how popular it is, it comes down to people wanting to PvP.
That's all it boils down to. Yeah.
Yeah. So, with an 8 to 10 week season, this can work as long as the mode is popular, specifically Crystalline Conflict. And in order to help drive the popularity, they have series. While you can do unranked matches for series, the idea is they're stepping stones into one another. So we still need probably more information about seasons, about season rewards in particular. But for me, I'm more concerned about the series, and the series are changing every patch. And, you know, you do any PvP, you rank up, and then you get rewards. You can get, looks like series 1 is 2 adventure plate glams, an emote, the Nero goggles, and an armor set. That's what series 1 has. Now, the other important thing is that you can buy old series rewards 1 season back with the trophy crystals. So if you miss series 1, but in 6.2 you want the series 1 rewards, you can spend trophy crystals from series 2 on series 1. Or if you don't want the rewards in a series, you're like, oh, I don't really care about the series 2 rewards, you can hold your trophy crystals from season 1 and spend them on season 3 or series 3, etc., etc. So the trophy crystals are there as future proofing.
True, but we don't have a sense of the economy, do we? Like,
well, we know we can hold up to 20,000 of them.
True.
That's the maximum.
But who's to say that as the seasons go on, things will be either priced similarly or slightly more?
Well, it won't matter because then you'll just participate in that series. And also, series rewards are infinite. Once you hit rank 30, every rank you gain after is 1,000 trophy crystals. So there's not a finite amount of trophy crystals ever. It's just a finite amount you can hold at once. Now, the only question I really have, 2 or 3 live letters ago when they brought this up, they said that they would roll back old series rewards eventually. That was a big thing that got people concerned, that they might like take old top 100 feast gear and throw it in here. And all they say here is that a series, its rewards will last for 1 extra series. So like series 1 rewards will be available until the start of series 3. Are they still planning on eventually rolling back the series 1 rewards into the shop? That is the one remaining question we still have, because that's how they said it before, but that's not what's being presented here.
But how long would that take? Because
that's a great question.
Yeah, the onus would be on them to keep putting out new rewards.
Yeah.
And so what would be the cause for them to say, hey, these season run rewards are back? How long, like how many seasons would that take?
The big thing is, I don't think it matters that much, because what they're not doing, they're not going to take the series 1 rewards and make them the series, let's say 5 rewards. They'll have series 5 rewards,
that would make sense.
And then series 1 and 4 rewards would be available at the same time. So it doesn't really matter. What we need to do is we need to establish a precedent, but it doesn't matter right now because it's the first series. So this is something that we just have to think about down the road, essentially.
I mean, if and we're based on this model, we're projecting longevity out of this model. It, from the terminology, from what they're saying, we're thinking that this is going to be something that's going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to come back to season 1 or series 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like every series, you want to be getting new stuff.
Yes. And that seems to be the intent, because they're doing a new one every patch.
Right. So, again, 4, 5, 6 series down the line, are we still really gonna? I mean, for people who missed it, sure.
Yeah, I mean that's who it's for. I think more than anyone.
Yeah, I mean more than anyone. I get that they want to eliminate FOMO. There's got to be a little bit of FOMO. There's got to be.
Them going away after Series 3 comes out is the FOMO. Like, that is the fear of missing out. But the thing is, think of it like, so I'll compare it to the Final Fantasy 15 event. It was around, it went away, and players were like, oh my God, I didn't get to do that. I hope they bring it back one day.
But that's but to be fair, we kind of get that with a lot, if not every event. that we've done. So
yeah, and that's I think this gets treated exactly like those. Eventually, it rolls back over, like the 15 event did, like Final Fantasy 11 event, like Dragon Quest event, etc., etc.
Like 13, yeah.
I mean, even with the event that they confirmed is returning here, which was much to my surprise. We'll talk about that in a second, though. I think all of these things have the trappings of working, so long as the actual balance and fun of it is well done. I think having 3 maps helps. I think short matches helps. What we don't really fully understand yet are all of the changes to the actual combat. It looks like our previous fears about how the actions would work have been quelled. They are not all going, not every job has the same actions like they were describing before. Every job has a specific pool of actions that are shared, personal responsibility cooldowns. An elixir with a 5-second cast time that full heals and full MPs you. A personal heal that costs 2,500 MP. An MP is only used on that instant cast heal for 30% of your health. And a shield that has 90% damage reduction on a 30-second cooldown. So you have every tool you need that doesn't rely on another person to get in and out of a situation. And then healers are still healers. Tanks are still tanks. DPS are still DPS. But if you have 5 DPS and they're all taking care of healing and damage on themselves, and you're up against, 3 DPS, a tank, and a healer, 5 DPS on the one healer suddenly becomes a very big problem for the actual healer. So you're not really at as much of a disadvantage as you were before, and now they have less DPS than you. So but then if the healer plays well, they make the difference. Essentially,
it feels like, I mean, like what you're saying, it feels like they solved like I wouldn't say disparity in terms of PvP, but they didn't.
Right. They made sure that healers are still healers in PvP, but everybody can be responsible. If you get jumped by 5 people at once, you pop your 90% damage reduction. If they keep hitting you, they're wasting their time.
Yeah. Right.
You have a self-heal. If you're able to get away for a few seconds safely and you can pop your elixir, cool. You get to stay in the fight. You don't have to go back to base or anything. You don't have to wait on somebody else to heal you. You don't have to wait on anything like that. There's a lot more personal responsibility on just using those 3 actions, on top of just being able to actually use your job. Not to mention the limit breaks. The limit breaks being personal. We saw some pretty cool ones in the demonstration, and they were pretty strong. We watched a group of limit breaks all at the same time wipe out the enemy team. So well used, well executed, well rewarded, as far as I'm concerned. Then you have things like the sprint lanes, you have the gimmicks, you have the like bombs exploding and the knockbacks and everything like that. So you have 8 months to get the series. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you have 8 months. Okay. I read that. I was like, no, it's only 4 months for no, that's because you have 2 patches. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to be PvPing a bunch. I'll probably even jump into the competitive. I see no reason not to jump into the competitive mode with these changes.
I don't want this to break my heart again. Like
Sly,
Feast broke my heart. I don't want to be heartbroken happy.
I don't think you'll be heartbroken. You just might not be in love. That's the bigger question. And if you're not in love, you can't have your heart broken.
I mean, true. I mean, shit. I'm okay with current PvP.
I think this will be good.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I think it'll be good.
I'm confident. I was very confident after.
If I'm okay with current PvP and like the structure now, then sure, I'm okay with all of this. I am definitely okay with this. So yeah, I will definitely be doing a lot of PvP.
I'm just glad the biggest thing for me is I don't know how they're doing the reward structure for it, but 2 seasons per patch is such a good idea.
Yeah.
That was one of the bigger things for me. The series being 1 patch is great for just the amount of time you have to get the rewards. And having 2 seasons is much healthier for the competitive scene.
Yeah.
So all of those things are really good. And to top it all off, they managed to get the rights to do the Garo event again, which is an entirely PvP collaboration that previously lasted like almost 3 years the last time it was around.
Pretty much.
Other than Monster Hunter, it was the longest single running collaboration event that we've ever had. And to have it back with new gear for the new jobs, new titles.
So if you missed out Garo's good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it, like, if you've never even touched a bit of Garo, like anime, live action, anything, don't give a damn. Shit looks good. That's all that matters. Like, get the Garo shit. Like, it's just do it. Just fucking do it.
Yeah, this is there couldn't be a better time, because people are going to naturally want to try the new PvP mode. There's a collaboration event to get a gear set that hasn't been around for an entire. Not only was this gear set not around for the last like 3 years or so, but it wasn't around during literally the game's most explosive growth.
Yeah,
that's a really important detail to remember about it. The game has never been more popular than it has been in the last year, and it wasn't around in that entire time. The mounts, all the armor, there's all that stuff. The majority of people never got a chance at. And so this is going to flood people into PvP right off the bat.
Pretty much. I mean, again, with Garo, I got in, got my mounts, got out as quick as I could. Like, I did a fuck ton of PvP to get my mounts.
Yep.
So, yep.
Then this kind of leads into the QVC section. Primals are doing a live concert, which you can actually buy tickets for to watch a live stream of. So that'll be good. The tickets and the ticket price and whatnot hasn't been unveiled yet, but it looks like it's also where they normally hold FanFest in Japan and Tokyo Game Show. Yeah. Which is, to be fair, like the best venue to do almost any event kind of in Japan. So not really surprised. A small 4-song album for Endwalker Primal songs. $25 for 4 songs, a bit steep, but I gotta have.
Does it come with a menu?
Gotta have it. No, it doesn't actually. At least it doesn't mention one. Excuse me. It comes with a sticker.
Yeah.
Some new Japanese exclusive merch for the same event. Itaikuji already has it for pre-order. Let me pull that page
including
up.
the Foxconn Primal shirt.
Yeah. Yep, they tweeted about it. They have the pre-orders up for it, and they also have it for the art book. But the art book is actually already pre-orderable now on the North American site. So there's that as well. So I know I'm going to be doing some pre-orders, and then there's an art book that comes with the Ragnarok, the ship that we rode at the end of Endwalker. It comes with a minion version of that. There's a new immersive gaming speaker. Denmo actually has a non-14 branded one, and if you have any questions, you can ask him about it on his Twitter.
I have the speaker version of this. Like, this is the Sound Slayer from Panasonic. I did a thing last year with Panasonic for the Sound Slayer. They have a 14 version of it. So yeah, this is the shoulder version of the soundbar. And looks okay. Looks pretty neat. Okay. All right.
Sure. Just keep rocking my Steelseries though. Thanks for sponsoring. They're gonna do a 6.1 patch note reading, and Yoshi P is gonna be on like a little podcast thing where he's gonna be. I guess he teaches people how to play. Mess up teacher, don't become like me. Well, it sounds like he's going to tell them how to not be like him based on that description. So,
pretty much.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. How to not be a gold parsing black mage.
No, he was an orange parsing black mage. He was an orange parsing black mage. And then a few other notes that were added here at the translation at the end. Jobs that are deemed too busy, like Dragoon or Astro, are currently under discussion from dev teams, so expect more changes for 6.2. Specifically, they make mention of their busyness being a concern, which is, I agree. Those jobs, I feel like Dragoon has hit a breaking point a while ago, and they've just tried to add things on where it just has way too many actions, way too many things going on. It's all streamlined and linear, but it's just way too much for the average player to jump into. And Astro, nobody needs to fucking explain. That shit's ridiculous. I am surprised Gunbreaker's not on there, but that's what they said. Warrior will also be adjusted. They had mentioned specifically.
Oh gee, Rick. I wonder why Astro's on there. I wonder why you.
Are you being Morty right now?
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst Morty I've ever heard.
Oh, gee, Rick, I wonder why Astro's on there and all the cards do all this special shit. But back in the day, they had simple shit to do. And oh, gee, Rick, I wonder why. Huh. Go figure.
I don't even want. That's the worst Morty I've ever heard. I'm not saying that I'm a professional.
Thank you.
But it was terrible.
It was intentionally terrible.
I don't know that it was. I'm not 100% convinced of that. They're also going to be moving some more skills to the lower levels in patch 6.1. So they're going to be trying to busy up the early game a little bit more. A suggestion I've long made and a suggestion they actually did for a few jobs in Endwalker, such as Monk. That has worked fantastically. And I think they saw the success of that with some of the other jobs they changed. Think about this, though. Ninja has Mug and Trick Attack by level 18.
Yeah, early leveling balance is a fucking thing. we kind of skirt around, but never really gets like hard talked about. Like doing one action for however many fucking levels in ARR, and it fucking sucks.
AoE at low levels is the big thing I want to see them do.
Yeah.
I think that's the number one thing they need to do for the lower level. Yeah, and then there's like second part AoE combos learned at like 72 and whatnot. So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of things. That's for 6.1 that change. So we'll get to see that when the full patch notes actually come out. So yeah, true. Trick Attack. Well, that's not true. At level 18 in a dungeon, you can stealth right before the tank pulls on trash to Trick Attack the trash. It's really not practical, but you can do it, you know.
Yep.
Good luck. I've done it. I do it in low level dungeons. But yeah, that was a beefy live letter.
Sure was.
We spent 40 minutes talking about the trailer alone. It was a good time. It feels good. I like being able to talk about 14 stuff again. I miss it.
Feels good, man.
Feels very good, man. So with that, as a reminder for everyone, our current State of the Realm plans next week, preliminary patch notes. We will not have job adjustments on that unless they pull a 180 and change their mind about when they put job adjustments, but probably not.
They won't.
They will not. The following week will be first impressions of the patch. It will be spoiler free for that first one. And the following week is a toss-up between a spoiler cast or a pre-ultimate style, like, you know, prepping for ultimate kind of thing. Grab some of the TPS members maybe and get some insight into anyone who's looking to jump into this for the first time, a fresh ultimate for the first time in, 3 years.
No, wait. Time. While it is good, that was good that we have, TPS on regularly. I mean, they do win regularly.
Yeah.
Nothing against the other teams. I want more representation.
Okay.
I want.
You want me to get Echo on so we can ask about the WoW race and compare it to the new ultimate?
Stop it.
I'll hit up Scripe.
I just want more teams. I want not just TPS. I want other teams compared.
Well, I mean, Stall was second place in the last one.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Sly. Last time we asked Stall about that, she's like, "We got lucky." Stall's gonna be like, "That's not insight."
Yeah, I just want more teams on. That's it.
Okay, well, need more teams placing first.
I just want more teams on before. We can talk to the first place team after the fact. That's fine.
Yeah, I know.
Before, in terms of prep, yeah, I know. But yeah, good idea. Just saying.
Yeah, let's just get the Luca goers. Yeah, no problem. I got Brady on the line right now. He's signed with the Patriots once more, and we'll be ready for DSW when it comes out. That's so good. I like it.
God damn it.
I understand that reference more than the Dukes thing. I get that way more. That's way more mainline. All right. And then after that, the week of Ultimate, we probably won't do a show.
Yeah.
Because good luck.
Have fun.
Yeah. No, almost it's none of the WoW teams can even do DSR because they haven't been gearing. They literally can't. They haven't been weekly clearing for unless they have in secret. It's possible. But they literally can't even do it unless they've been doing that in secret. So no, you probably won't see any WoW teams doing. You might see it after Savage unlocks. They might give it a shot. I wouldn't be too surprised. If Echo got Biss before they started prep, then they'll be doing it for sure. I'm looking forward to that. So they just came off of a hell of a time. they just came. I'm actually really glad to hear Echo got Biss. That actually makes me very, very excited. I don't think Liquid got Biss, and I don't know if any of the other WoW teams are even considering it, other than Liquid or Echo. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think Liquid would have gotten it. I just don't think the interest is there. But Echo seems, yeah, okay. I'm excited for that then. Looking forward to it. Anyway, I've actually got a phone call I got to make it to in the next 18 minutes or so. So let's wrap this up. Sly, thank you. Thank you for hanging out. Sly, best of luck to your team tomorrow. I hope they hit a ton of home runs.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Sly, aka Gray Fox. You can find me on Twitter at Sly the Fox. Normally, tomorrow is the first Saturday, but no, I'm not doing that because Duke and UNC are in the Final Four, and like this is a once in a lifetime thing. This is like I wouldn't say it's like a 1 in a million thing to happen, but it was damn near that. So it's important to us, especially those who live in North Carolina, because Duke and UNC 8 miles apart, so a lot of bad blood. One of the greatest rivalries in sports, not even collegiate sport, just sports in general. So tomorrow I'm making wings. I'd rather not order wings because everybody and their mom is going to be at a fucking bar, and I'm not doing that. So I'm making my own wings. So just gonna be making wings, chilling, drinking beer. It's gonna be a good time. Come on by until the game, and don't talk to me. Don't talk to me until after the game, win or lose. I don't give a shit. I'll be happy anywhere. Like I'll have like a bunch of beer and wings in the system, so I'll be happy either way. I don't know about little though. But yeah, that'll be me. Of course, still playing GT, getting hella used to the wheel now. Glad I'm kind of getting used to the wheel now. And
getting used to the wheel.
I can finally kind of get started on sport. Get started in online competition.
Yeah, you can go race in Chocobo GP. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it for me. Happy, where can they find you? What are you up to?
Well, when you're not busy watching Sly's team score as many goals as they possibly can, you can find me, Mr. Happy 1227, all the socials. Current few things going on. One, I've just been playing so much Elden Ring. I'm like 6 playthroughs in at this point, and I'm doing double shields right now for my boy Ratatin, and it's going pretty hilarious. I was gonna do that this morning, but my internet was acting up. Thank goodness my internet only acted up mildly right before this started and has not since, even if I am locally recording it. I'll probably be playing that a lot still for the next couple weeks. I'll ease into a bit of 14. My raid team's going to want to at least get a little bit of time in to make sure our muscle memory is up to date. But, once you've had muscle memory for 14, it never really goes away. It just needs a little bit of awakening as far as I'm concerned. Other than that, don't have too many plans for the next couple weeks. Just get back a little bit on the YouTube grind, this among other things, opinion pieces, reaction pieces, stuff like that. And a few Elden Ring videos even. Also, shout out to a sponsor who's not sponsoring this show, but a sponsor of my stream for the next 2 weeks, Factor. Chef prepared meals sent right to your home. They're actually a subsidiary of HelloFresh. So you have HelloFresh if you want to cook yourself, and Factor if you don't want to. And they also sent me some juice. And I really like the juice. Apple, beet, and ginger was my favorite one. I didn't know how that was going to taste when I tried it. But I was a big fan of the apple beet and ginger juice. The other one was pineapple, turmeric, and basil. That was also really good.
I've had something similar to that at like this breakfast joint around here. They do like, breakfast kind of things.
Yeah.
And they had like turmeric and, it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you are interested, supports the stream, my stream directly, !Factor, $120 off your first few orders. And then you can always add things like the juices or the smoothies, whatnot, if you're ever interested in trying those out. So, but if not, no biggie. They didn't sponsor the show, but since I have them, I figured I might as well do the shout out anyway. I guess I include it in the YouTube video also. Anyway, with that, we're going to do a very short post show, and then I have to get on the phone with Comcast Corporate because they're paying for my internet for the last year.
Yeah.
I'm going straight to corporate at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. All right. So with that, thank you everyone for joining us. We will see you next week for the preliminary patch notes. And with that, we'll see you then. Until then. Hey, my outro thing didn't fix. Sly, I'm getting mad. I fixed this already. I fixed it.
Take care. See you next week, everybody.
No, not until I get the right outro. No. I refuse.
Wow.
Where is it? I don't like how I changed it before the stream started, and now it's not correct. I feel like I'm being sabotaged here, Sly, and I don't much like it. And I can't find the correct outro. I seriously can't find it. Where is it? I mean, I guess, look, is everyone from last week? Look,
You gave me the files.
yeah, I know. That's why I know I changed it. That's exactly how I know I changed it, Sly. Because I did it at the same time. See, look here. That's that. Yeah, I guess we got to do the whole podcast over. I guess that's true. I hadn't really considered it that way. No, I'm not. There's the Momo one. There's that one. Where the fuck is the one that's just you and me? Sly, I'm upset.
Are we still on our
Yeah,
faces?
no, I'm not cutting until after here it is. I found it.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye.